Right. Well, how'd soccer go today? Yeah, that'd be fun. It's really going to be fun. I'm going to sign up for the Montana trip, and think I can pass for a college student? Oh boy. Hey, does somebody have a watch or something I can borrow to tell time with? I'm sorry, I have nothing, no time-telling device. And here we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, it's pretty. Look at it, it's green. All right. Well, what we're going to do tonight, folks, is we are going to kind of pick up from where we left off last night, and what we're talking about is just last night, kind of to review, we talked about how God is personal, how God wants a relationship with you. God created you like Him. You ever wonder what that meant? You know, you read in Genesis, it says that God made man in His own image, and sometimes you can think, well, I'm not sure what that means. I don't think it's necessarily physically that we look like Him. I think what it is that we're made like God so that we can have a personal, intimate relationship with Him. Not like, I can love my dog. I can have a relationship with my dog, but it's different than the relationship I have with my kids. God created you and me because He wanted to relate to us. He wanted us to know Him. And so God wants to have a personal relationship with us. He's personal. He's intimate. Relationships require communication, right? I mean, if you're going to have a relationship, you have to interact with each other. In fact, I would say that communication is probably the foundational component of relationships. Relationships are really built on communication over time. I'm speaking with you. You're speaking with me. We're understanding each other. That's how relationships are built. So if God wants to have a relationship with you and I, part of that is God wants to communicate. He wants us to communicate to Him, but He is going to communicate to us as well. And so, because that's true, God does communicate with us. And we looked at that last night, how God says in many different times in the Bible that He will communicate directly to us. He'll give us specific instruction that's designed just for me. He says, I'll instruct you, Rob, in the way that you should go, and He'll instruct you in the way that you should go. He gives us specific comfort for the things that we're struggling with when we need it, specifically designed for us. He gives us specific help in our times of temptation. He gives us specific instruction and correction and builds our character in ways that we need it. We looked at all these things, how God communicates to us directly. And again, it's because He wants to have a relationship with us. But where we left it last night is that God does that communicating. God personally communicates to you and I, and He does it first and primarily, I believe, through the Bible, through this book. That's the beginning of it. Now, God can communicate to you and I in all kinds of different ways. He can communicate to you through what I'm saying right now. He can communicate to you through a song you hear on the radio. He can communicate to you through all kinds of things. But primarily, it starts here in this book, in the Bible. And if you're not learning how to hear God speak to you in the Bible, you're going to struggle hearing God speak anywhere, I believe, because this is where it starts. And the reason is, we looked at this last night, the reason is because that book, God says it's alive, it's living and active. And what that means is He says His Spirit, God Himself, is in these words. And that's hard for us to understand. I get that. But some of these things that God tells us, we just have to take them on faith. And He says, you know what? These words are God-breathed. He says they're living, they're alive, they're active. And so God Himself, God's Spirit, lives in this book, and God's Spirit lives in me. Jesus said, if you accept me, the Spirit's going to come inside.